Jim Militello along with AP golf writer extraordinaire Doug Ferguson at the U.S. Open. Round one is in the books. Phil and Tiger Woods playing today in the same group. That was kind of the story of the day.
It really was. They haven't played together in a U.S. Open since 1999. That was the third round. It's rare. The USGA tried something new. Wasn't as bad as I thought. And by bad, I'm not so much talking about their scores. I thought it might be a big-time circus out there. You know, I've seen worse. Tiger said he saw about 100 media inside the ropes. You know, some of them probably saw fresh grass for the first time in their life. Who knows? But it was manageable. I think they did a good job, you know, routing the course. Players weren't backing off. I saw Ruggie Amata at one time have to just wait on a putt on number 2 because there was just too many people coming by. But then out of the way, their golf wasn't half bad. Tiger, I think, was a little bit sharper than I thought he was, actually, after starting with the double bogey and having a few hiccups at the end. Phil was surprisingly not so sharp early on because he didn't have a driver in his bag, and you would think he'd hit more fairways that way. And he really had a hard time keeping it in the short grass. But, you know, he too resurrected his round, probably with a bogey, and then strung together some birdies, and they're both in very good shape.
Tiger's at 1 over after the first round, but more importantly, toward the end of the round, it seemed that obviously he visibly grimaced on one shot late in the round and admitted afterwards that the knee was bugging him a little bit.
It is, and it's the first time really that he let on that he knew this was coming. I mean, he felt that soreness and that tenderness during his preparations, his 9-hole rounds, what have you. You know, I thought he first really grimaced on 12 when he hit it way left into the rough. Had to take a pretty good chop to get it out, and you know, there was a good-sized wince there. 18, we all saw kind of looking down on his knee. Not so much after a bad shot. Usually you see Tiger grimace and show some teeth after it's left or right. This one was piped right down the middle. And so that was very clear that it wasn't all great. And I don't think we should forget that maybe the worst grimace and the most pain was probably after that 3-putt par on the last hole.
It's not unusual in the early rounds of the major, particularly the U.S. Open, to have kind of unknowns top on the leaderboard. But, wow, Kevin Streelman and a fellow by the name of Hicks. Would you ever think it?
Justin Hicks. Justin Hicks, everybody. Justin Hicks is tied for the lead here. Funny thing is, we're standing behind the 12th green with Tiger and Phil and Adam Scott, and we see Hicks' name on the leaderboard. I'm with Mark Carnival from XM Radio. I said, you know, every year you get some obscure player leading the U.S. Open. And Mark says to me, yeah, that was me once, and it was in 1998. It does happen. I'm really surprised with Justin Hicks, considering the fact he never truly made it out of local qualifying. I mean, he was an alternate, and then I think what happened is when Ruggie Amata, who was scheduled for sectional qualifying, qualified through the world ranking and the money list, Justin was next up, and they sent him to a good spot where he could qualify. But it's still, it's a bit Cinderella. It's surprising to see him up there. Kevin, maybe not so much because, you know, you get some guys that do well on courses, they like courses, and, you know, we all know him, or let me say remember him, from January when he was third alternate, wasn't sure he was going to get in, gets a tap on the shoulder, says you got 6 minutes to get to the tee box because Matthew Goggin had withdrawn, and then he goes out and shoots 2 good scores, and he's with Tiger Woods and Stuart Sink in the final group.
There you have it, and that was right here at Torrey Pines in the Buick Invitational. Streelman, a PGA Tour rookie, and Hicks, a guy who's playing on the Nationwide Tour. They're the co-leaders the first round of the U.S. Open. For AP golf writer extraordinaire Doug Ferguson, I'm Jim Militello, the Associated Press, San Diego.